like Korn has found their balls once again. This shit really sounds like late 90s to me.
Is this the band that Alice in Chains has been opening for?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's fun. I was always trying to think of, like, what is the correlation between these two bands? And it has to be the lyrics. Because Jonathan Davis does write about some pretty downtrodden shit himself.
Right.
So that because that's the only written musically they're so drastically different.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But that's kind of cool. You're kind of offered two drastically different bands on the same bill that they share the same fan base, I think.
Well, if we're honest, when we saw Alice in Chains a week ago, something like that, when they had the Starbenders open for them, I was like, who the fuck is this? And as it worked out being really kind of smart because it opened my eyes to a band I'd never, ever been aware of ever.
Nor were you searched out.
And I'm probably not going to necessarily care, but hey, that's cool because the more experiences that you enjoy in life, the more you fucking pull out of it. And really, in those, and let's be honest too. The drummer in that band is fucking.
Jenny Moon. That is a name. I'll forget Danny Carey's name more than I'll forget Jenny Moon's name.
Yeah. She's. Is it Jenny?
I think. If it isn't, I'm gonna sound like a fucking idiot.
Maybe. Let's see if Brandon knows what he's
Johnny? Talking. Johnny Moon?
Is it Johnny Moon?
old Johnny Moon, the madcap.
I don't think it's Jenny, honestly, though. I don't know. But
I don't know why. I know last name is Moon.
Yeah. Emily Moon.
Emily Moon.
Yeah, fuck. How much do you really care?
Man,
this whole fucking podcast is suspect now.
I've put so many beers and substances in my body in the year that followed that the fact I got Moon right, I'm still pretty proud of myself.
I was like, I don't think it's Jenny. It's Emily. Emily Moon, yeah.
God damn it.
Let's just wrap up Color today.
Yeah, we peaked. We're done.
So Korn, though, the interesting thing about them is I've never fucking really cared for Korn too much.
Yeah. Well, and it's really normally not normally we wouldn't open with Korn because Korn's something I loved back in the day and will still break out, every once in a while, but it's usually shit from when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I break out any of the new stuff. It just doesn't resonate with me at all. This one has, but the reason why, because I had asked you if you didn't mind if we opened up with the Korn track.
Sure.
We had a dear friend of the podcast, dear friend of mine, friend of
countless tens of people.
20, yeah. Out of the God, is there a word for single digit?
Yeah.
Out of the ones of people in my life.
Out of the few people.
there are a few people I've known over 20 years. There's that aren't family. I think there's one. It's Ruben Gonzales. But he had a bit of tragedy this week. He lost his little brother yesterday. And it wasn't something that was expected or prepared for in any way. So I just wanted to take a second to wish Ruben and his family well. I know they're going through hell right now. When I went through everything with my grandfather, we saw it coming.
Right.
Yeah.
It
was something we could prepare for as long as we would let that possibility in, which I did. My grandmother really did.
Well, your grandmother, always hope brings eternal.
Yeah. My grandmother used to be a damn positive woman. That's where I got all my positivity from. But when it's something so sudden, and you're basically just fucking, you're taken before you need to be gone. It's really fucking sad. I've known this kid, God, since Ruben was 13. Let's see, there was about a 6 year. I've known him since he's about 8 years old.
Okay.
This is a guy that introduced me to Pokemon when he was 11.
Right.
And all he wanted to do was play Pokemon and fucking play classic pro wrestling games on the N64. Because let's be honest, that's when they were the best.
Sure.
And it was just me, Ruben, and his little brother. It was so weird to have someone's little brother hang out and not be a nuisance.
Yeah.
Because usually little brother just wants to hang out to be with the big bro. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with big bro's friend. I'm doing big bro things.
We always reference my brother Daryl in the show. I guarantee you that was his opinion of me until he's probably 30. So that's.
But see, we'd of course we lost touch after he fucking became an adult and found out what he wanted to do in life. But he leaves behind a wife and I believe a child. So it's a sad day. My heart goes out to Ruben and his family. I know they're going through some real shit right now.
Right.
So.
Well, with Korn dropping their new stuff 19 hours ago.
Yeah, and that's the reason I want to play it, because Korn was one of his favorite bands.
Sure.
Thankfully, and also as a Patriots fan, which I'm fucking not a Patriots fan. But
football?
Yeah.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I know.
I got to draw a line somewhere. I got to have standards.
I know. It is, but I've decided I'm just not going to watch Patriots games, even though I have 2 of them on my fantasy football team. I might just bench them. They're both trash.
Oh, wait. Well, shit. Are we even sure that either one of them are going to actually play through a single snap this season?
Antonio Brown's playing.
Even with the rape allegations?
The sources said that the league isn't going to bench him on that commissioner exempt shit. Because it's a lawsuit. It's not a criminal case.
That's true. Civil case for rape. But how does that even work?
I have no idea.
Rape is a criminal offense.
I'm going to fucking take you to court for calling me a prick.
Well, obviously I'd win my day in court.
The burden's on you to prove that I'm a prick.
Oh, that'd be easy.
Damn.
A couple character witnesses.
Hey, no, fuck that. That's the only rule I have. You can't call up anybody I knew back in the day.
But, how many times have we seen like a professional, anybody, a professional athlete, a musician, or whatever, and suddenly some chick, and it's always that way. Yeah. I've never seen it the other way around yet. Not yet, anyway. I haven't seen it from a WNBA star or a fucking lady rocker or whatever. But it's always the other way around. It's like the dude is the famous person, and then there's a chick who's like, hey, this guy, I want to get my hand in his pocket.
Well, when you're starting to actually fuck the staff, which I don't think we're doubting that happened.
Well, that's the thing. Antonio Brown was a trainer, right?
Yeah, it was a trainer.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt that there was a sexual encounter. I guarantee it was 100% consensual, though. It's such I don't
if
even
it
know
wasn't
what.
Consensual, then wouldn't she have? I don't know.
Wouldn't you call the cops?
I don't know enough facts involved in this one particular case to really
comment too much. Aren't we past the point where we can stop saying, "Well, I didn't because I was afraid of this celebrity ruining my life for ratting him out for raping me"? Aren't we fucking past that now? Didn't Felicity Huffman get 2 weeks in prison for?
Is that what she got?
2 weeks.
Oh,
2 weeks,
Lordy.
250 hours community service, and a year of probie.
Well, I will tell you this.
Not probing, probie.
Those dicks out in Hollywood always like to think that they're the same as the little guy. But I guarantee you, if she was not a celebrity, if she was you or I, and we had fucking dumb amounts of money to throw a kid into goddamn, which that's fine, pack up the crayons and send them along,
Right.
But and that was a dig at USC. You're welcome. But we're getting a year and a half probably, not 2 weeks. Now, was it a bloodthirsty crime? No, but it does reveal the goddamn differences between those in Hollywood, at the upper echelon of Hollywood, and the fucking rest of us pukes down here, some of which constantly defend them.
Yeah. To a fault.
It's like, she didn't really do anything wrong. Oh, yeah, well, except for fucking, trying to bribe your child's way into an institution.
Which really sucks because the kid doesn't know. She's like, God, I'm fucking smart and I'm beautiful. I got everything going for me. And then you find out, oh, God damn, I'm not that smart.
Your mother thinks you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Had to break out the
That's the worst
checkbook.
fucking thing. These kids are like, oh, my God, I'm dumb.
You're dumb.
I'm just rich. I'm just rich and pretty.
Maybe community college is a good thing.
Yeah,
Hey, Felicity's kid, go get a little HVAC training at a community college.
I wonder if Felicity Huffman's going to get a tattoo while she's in there, because she has to go to prison for 2 weeks. It's not jail. Apparently, you can't do federal time in a jail.
I think she comes out with a bob hairdo and dyed black hair and like is into the ladies.
At least one eye drop. At least one.
Yeah, got it. You got to do the eye drop thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if you didn't kill anybody, let people think you did.
Or I guess it's a dot, right?
I don't know. No, it's like the dots, that's a different thing. The teardrops is when you've killed someone for the colors.
There's a manager of a goddamn tire store, like basically set up like errands that's got like 3 of those goddamn dots around his eye. Like, clearly you've been in prison.
Yeah.
Because no fucking normal person gets that shit done. So there you go.
That don't wipe off.
Yeah, name only is real dumb too. So you'd expect
face tattoos. Even I would even say neck tattoos. You're beginning to be a little stupid. A
little bit, yeah.
I've never.
If it's a tattoo that you can't get out of plain sight in the eventuality that you have to, it doesn't make you hard. It makes you dumb.
Yeah, it makes you hard to be around.
Yeah.
About it.
Because the only people doing that are the people that can't hold down a normal job. Yeah. And I know that there's a rebelling element out of the millennial and the Gen Z fucking crowd that like, no, fuck you. That shows that I can be who I want to be and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, go fuck yourself, because really, if you're trying to get in on the sweet cash that a goddamn upper management kind of a position gets, you ain't going to have a neck tattoo, certainly not a face tattoo.
No. Boss at Work has several tattoos, but you don't see them. Right. You see one that's on her like wrist, but it's it's a rose on her wrist.
And I think arms are open game. They're fair game now.
Yeah.
You know?
They let me have this at a hotel.
If you got a full sleeve, fucking rock it. Cool. I don't care. Goddamn necks and faces are kind of something different.
Yeah.
That means you're making a commitment to not really being able to be. Now, and somebody's going to go, look at that guy. Look at that guy. He did it. Yeah, but for every one, there's a couple million that have made a big mistake.
Yeah, the ratio's far too off to argue it's a good thing. To say, oh, well, if the few outweigh the many on this one. No, they don't.
No.
Because I see more dumb people with them than I do smart people.
God, you're fucking lying. Yeah, I mean, and it's generally, it's a fucking horrible mistake.
Yeah,
you know?
Keep it below the collarbone.
Yeah, I mean, if you gotta do some important shit sometime in your life, because all that shit really is, and trust me, I'm gonna do this fucking pro tattoo. I've got fucking a few.
Sure.
God damn it, keep it legit. I mean, to where then, yeah, you want to fucking go and whip your shirt off and throw down copious amounts of beers and fucking handfuls of oatmeal or something at some weird Scottish goddamn throwdown. Knock yourself out.
Handfuls of oatmeal?
I'm assuming that's
Oh. Well, you're Scottish. I took it for fact immediately.
I'm American, goddammit.
Oh well, sorry, I didn't mean to.
But I mean, the thing is, if you're like a pallbearer, or if you're a fucking involved in somebody's wedding ceremony shit or whatever, and you got a goddamn face tattoo coming up wrapping around your eye, you're making it about you and not them, and that's fucking unpleasant.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, really, tattoos, you're making it about you.
Yeah. But that's why you have to be able to cover them up, so that way when it comes a moment that's not about you, then hey, there you go. You can fucking, just clean fish.
What jobs are acceptable for visible tattoos of any sort?
Musician and fucking
MMA
athlete.
fighter. Yeah, athlete of any outside of golf and bowling.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bowlers probably have some gnarly tattoos, but they wear the polos all the time.
Yeah. I doubt they have gnarly tattoos. Those guys are playing.
Parker Bond the third, I bet, has like.
Those guys are playing a sport in a place that serves alcohol.
That's why people are so stoked when that ball hits the goddamn ground. They're like, oh, and then strike. Oh my God, everybody's happy.
Freaked out a coworker today because we have our company party coming up, and it's going to be at a bowling alley.
Oh yeah.
And and she'd point out, she goes, "Oh, I'll see you at the party at the lanes. I'll see you at the lanes." I said, "Right, yeah." I said, "Cool. Hey, that's underhand and not overhand, right?" Because if you're wanting to freak somebody the fuck out, then they look at you and they think you're serious, and she always thinks I'm serious.
Oh,
that ain't bad.
One of those.
That ain't bad.
Well, it's easy to toy with.
But God damn it, I don't know. Hope your week's been all right. It's been a little rough on some portions around the Mead Hall here. Actually, yeah. I personally can't complain. It's been an easy week compared to last week. Last week was a 4-day week. And I don't know what part of my brain kicks in to make me think a 4-day work week instead of a 5 should feel like 36 hours. I don't know what it is that does that, but it does. And last week felt like a fucking month and a half. This week went by like a breeze. It's
probably because you started that new diet.
Doing a weird diet this time around than that one. And primarily because I'm the one calling the shots. I've got no research to back up anything of what I'm doing.
You are flying solo on this one.
But what I am doing, I cut out all beer out of my diet. I'll let myself have one, but the thing is around here, I'm not going to drink one. I'm going to drink 15. So, so if I'm in a social setting, like if I go to the brewery and have lunch or whatever, breakfast, I'll drink a beer, but that's it. That's kind of it.
So you just don't drink beer around me anymore?
I don't. If you want to go to the brewery, that's cool in the gang.
But I don't want to go and I don't want to look like an alcoholic around a guy having a single drink.
Well, that'd be guilt by association.
I save that for my dates with the ladies.
Yeah. So a beer, maybe. But on top of that, I haven't had a beer since the 3rd of September, and so that's 10 days ago.
Well, I kind of dig because, honestly, the only time I crave Budweiser is when I'm here at the Mead Hall.
Yeah. Well, that's helpful.
Thankfully, I'm not itching for it while I'm at home, or going to work. Like I need to bring like a 12-pack with me to work.
Yeah.
Only here, it's like, damn, I need to start fucking putting them back.
Yeah.
And I do.
And it's an eye opener, so that way you know what your personal consumption is, and So
I already knew, but it just is more blatant now. Yeah. It lets me know if it's gone higher or lower.
So I cut out beer and I cut out sweets. Now, sweets weren't necessarily a big thing anyway, but it's a matter of just sugars. Digesting sugars is kind of a fuck you if you're trying to get in, kind of trying to bring down your waistline a bit.
I mean, you're still rocking some sugars, but you're just not rocking the refined.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, I am still drinking. It's just whiskey this time. A tall boy of Budweiser is call it 200 fucking calories. And if I'm putting away 15 of those, well, do the math. That's 3,000 calories. That's 2 days worth of fucking calories I'm jamming into an evening. And that's fine.
But see, then I go and I eat fucking under 1,000 calories for the entire
week. You do.
Week.
Man, my portion control's fucked.
Oh. That's why I'm so svelte.
Yeah. So I'll drink a shot of rye. It's about 74 fucking calories.
Ain't bad.
Yeah, and I'll have about 4 or 5 of those maybe, somewhere in that ballpark.
I'll get you those little those spritzer liquors that are like 0 cal, 0 sugar. That apparently people just fucking love. I tried them when I lived. I tried them when I lived in Wyoming.
Yeah, but I don't wear dresses. I don't have a vagine.
Hey man, they're not bad.
White Claws are for ladies.
They're 0 cal and they get you drunk.
They're for the ladies. That's what they are.
Well, what else is there for like hard liquor? Talking like vodka and water.
See, I don't even know how they go 0 calories because fucking. I mean, Everclear is still like in the ballpark of. It's got a calorie count to it.
Well, okay, so Bacardi and any 0 calorie soda you're
going to get
with.
the Bacardi, so that's about 75
I thought Bacardi was 0.
No.
Oh, they tout that as like the slim nasty drink.
Well, I mean, compared to beer, sure.
Yeah. I'll keep drinking 20 beers a week.
So I'm doing that, and then I'm also doing some other things which are probably not actually approved by the fucking federal government or by the Department of Health or whatever.
Don't worry, we're not planning on killing anybody.
Food and Drug Administration. No, I'm throwing down a copious, a fucking insane amount of probiotics.
A flora and fauna
You might be saying, wow, is this guy trying to shit himself to death? No, but it is interesting that you would ask.
Yeah, when the color of magic decks start coming at you, pooper, that's when you know the inner lord is doing his work.
And and for like a day and a half, 2 days, too. About a day and a half. I'm as normal as the fucking rain now.
Yeah,
that's so it's a lot of things, and there's some other things I'm also be adapting and developing. Mainly because I'm trying to bullshit the doctors at the VA here in about a month, a little over a month,
because
to let them think, God damn, this guy's really turned his shit around. He's getting in better health. And as soon as I walk out of that appointment, I'm going straight to the brewery for queso fries and about 3 growlers worth of beers.
Oh God, man, that's how you have to live.
Well, because I want to have a good time. So
as long as
as long as I'm able to rein myself back in for about a 6-week stretch before the appointment, and they give me a clean bill of health, and cool, then I wander the fuck out of there and get back to enjoying life. Now, does that mean like 3 months out of the year I got to actually kind of get my shit together? Yeah, kind of. So, yeah, and trust me, this next time around, by the way, the spring one, I'm not setting that shit after my birthday. It's coming up before.
So the birthday celebration can be more hard.
Fucking
so that's why we've been fucking running so slow. Thanks a lot, Windows.
What up?
Fucking bitch-ass update.
Getting the old update from Windows 10. Hey, you don't really need this machine. And by the way, when Windows 10 came out, it stopped being your machine. That's Microsoft's machine. You're just renting it.
Schedule the restart for 4 a.m. when I might not be here anymore.
Which is fucked because really, dude, we have that thing on more often than not. So to get pestered on a goddamn Friday.
Yeah, apparently it's supposed to know your highest usage times.
Right.
And plan around you. Bullshit. It's an inconvenience.
Every time it's like, hey, it's time to fucking project myself into this goddamn quagmire here.
Assholes. I guess we should get to the intro.
Hey, by the way, it's the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast where we come together once a week, talk about all things Norm Macdonald, and enjoy our... Oh, no, that's a different show. Come to talk about Mead, Metal, and MMA, the three things that kind of move the needle for us. How the fuck you doing?
I had a very... Actually, it was not a bad week. I told you that I'd had a meeting down at the old salt mine.
A meet and greet?
No, there was no greeting here.
Oh, okay.
It was just me.
No, because you got that text after last week's show.
Yeah.
Because I remember you said, motherfucker.
God damn it. What? Well, now I can't get really drunk and watch the last game of Sunday Night Football week 1 and then sleep in because I got to be at a meeting Monday morning. So I go to this meeting. I get to meet the rest of the new people. We have a lot of fucking new people.
You're a company man, yeah.
Well, it's one of those, like, you got to be there. I'm going to write you up. And the idea of getting a referral just bums me out.
That's the same as like a hall monitor, like
a written slap on the wrist. Fuck that. My soul is clean, baby. You can't find nothing on me. Well, what about this one time? Did I get written up for it? No. Well, fuck you.
Well, it didn't fucking happen then, did it?
I'm perfect in every way. You fucking
hayseed
trash people. You. I'm not kidding. Most of them are all right. We got a new guy. But he's like,
oh, you're not the only male in the, you're not the only rooster in the pen now.
This kid's balls I don't think have dropped yet, so I think I am. He's really young and working nights, overnights on weekends.
So you're still the alpha then?
I don't know. I didn't train the guy. I never met him.
No, that's what. But I mean, as far as like the pecking order around there.
As far as who works the majority of the evenings, yes. Yes.
You are the Spanish fighting rooster.
Yeah. I am, and I rock an Is It deck as well. But the meeting was going okay, and I got to meet everybody that was new, and the kid wanted to talk and because he saw the beard, and I guess he thought I was jovial. Also, because probably I'm a little on the large side.
Yeah, so he assumed you were the laughing fat man.
But I'm also twice as old as he is, so our humor is very different.
Yeah. No, you look like you know where to hide a body.
My humor, yeah, I'm a dark guy. I'm sorry. I like to have that kind of humor where you walk away and like, was that motherfucker joking? I don't know. But we had a part in the meeting where it's like, okay, to get serious, this is boss talking. Of course, I can't mimic her voice.
Right. Well, she's a lady, so yeah.
No more being late. If anybody's late 3 times in the span of 3 months, you're out of here.
Have you been late or something?
No. I wasn't looked at.
Oh, this is everybody else. They just had to bring you in.
I wasn't looked at once during this shit. She didn't make eye contact with me once.
You were there for the purpose of saying, yeah, this is an all-staff meeting.
Yeah, because if I don't show up, then it's painfully obvious that I'm never late. Where everyone there knows I'm never late. So no one even looked at me.
Right.
So this threat was put in place, and I was like, great. That means maybe now I finally might get the fuck out of here in the morning at a reasonable hour other than past 7:20. I should get off work at 7. Motherfucker should be there at 6:55.
Yeah, well, fuck yeah.
I can fill them in on everything that went down, and by 7 o'clock, I'm out of here. Bye.
You guys have a time card clock in?
Little thumb thing.
Well, then why the fuck it's nothing but upside if you fucking show up 5 minutes early then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's great for me being there 20 minutes after 7, but I don't want that.
Yeah.
Fuck the extra hour.
No, you're fucking the person that least wants to get fucked if you're coming at the end
of
their
overnight
shift.
guy.
Yeah.
The guy that really controls how your morning starts.
Yeah.
If I want to be a dick, I might forget to fill the coffee. I might forget to put out extra cinnamon rolls. Fuck, I might even know that the waffle batter's getting a little low and could have made you more, but you pissed me off by being late for a week in a row. So guess what? It's on you now.
It's still shocking to me that people are fucking eating breakfast at a goddamn hotel.
Which, by the way, we have a serious upgrade. We're a hot breakfast now, motherfucker. We got bacon. We got sausage. We got scrambled eggs that come in a bag off a truck.
Yeah, that hard pass, but yeah,
it's better than milk and magnesia to clean you out.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing this probiotic fucking cleanse to sit around and get a bunch of stoppers
to suffer Super A food. But here's the funny thing: so we went through this whole "don't be late" shit. I come to work that night.
Why did I think you said opiolatum? I was like, what is that?
I think that's the next Tool album coming out in 12 years.
Don't be late meeting. Okay.
So I go to work that night, and I don't know why. I just knew what was going to happen. Gal doesn't show up. This is our new potential manager replacement.
Hospitality.
Our assistant service manager, because we're no longer the front desk. We're service desk now.
Ah.
It's like, janitor.
Much like the service department where I take my fucking Jeep to get the oil change done.
Yeah, no, those are technicians. That's on a whole other level.
I hate the modern world.
So, yeah, I mean, she was like 25 minutes late, and she's one of those that, got big britches now. And the first day of being told, don't be late anymore, she's late.
Oh, good. Nice.
Because,
showing your true colors.
How about this? Can you even guess out of the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out of the 7 front desk people we currently employ at this hotel, how many of them do you think have vehicles?
Have vehicles?
Have means of conveyance that are their own.
Out of 7?
Out of 7.
God, I'd be depressed if it's less than 5.
2.
Oh, my God.
Me and the boss.
And the boss lives there.
Yeah, she's the one that don't need it. She's got 2.
Wow. I'm gobsmacked.
Yeah, but here's the goddamn thing. All these other people that don't have vehicles that I come to relieve, their rides know when to be there because they know my ass gonna be there.
Isn't that funny? How they know. Yeah. But then when it comes to matter of the people relieving you, it's like, oh, I couldn't get a ride.
If I wasn't such a fucking psychopath, I might show up late once just to stir the pot. Be like, oh, yeah, it sucks more when you're working nights and overnights. Morning, it doesn't suck because you fucking wake up and go to work. Overnight, people have to wake up, get shit done, then go to work, and by the time they're done, they're fucking tired. If your ass ain't there, I'm fucking mad.
If there's somebody you're replacing that does the I don't know, the evening or whatever, and you ever think about it and you want to actually go ahead and know that you're going to get a ride up because it's a matter of you're just going to spend the entire night.
I can sacrifice it. I don't have any.
Because that's all. You fucking make sure that they know that you're on your way. And then they're there and the hours pass. It's 11:30. It's 11:45. It's 12 midnight. It's like, where the fuck is this guy? Like, oh, no. I was trying to change that tire. Now I'm on my way to the ER. I think I fucked myself up, but I'll be there. And then they're like, oh, my God. Well, but he said he's going to be here. And you eventually make them work a fucking full double.
I've only had to work 3 16-hour shifts out there. And working at a hotel for 16 hours fucking sucks.
Oh, doesn't matter. It's got to be like next to like being in prison.
That fucking thing. I even made it there on time when that tire blew up on the pickup.
Yeah. Fucking... It's because you and I actually give a fuck about the people that are paying us.
Yeah. Like, I want you to get what you're paying for. But if I have to be there longer because people just don't know how to own vehicles.
Several times it would have been a lot easier for me to have went ahead and swapped out a tire, because I get flats all the goddamn time.
Yeah, I've already had 2 after having a Jeep, and I've had it less than a year.
I don't know what it is. It's a weird magical
Jeep
fucking
curse.
thing. Yeah. But anyway, so I get flats like once a month. But so many times I could have said, fuck this, get out there in the parking lot, roll around, getting the tire off, putting the new one on, which unfortunately I'm getting so good at that. I can do it in about 11 minutes now.
Damn, you should work for NASCAR.
I think NASCAR wants like seconds, right? But
well, you're working with like 12 other people.
Yeah, but no, I'm getting insanely good at fucking swapping out a tire, nowadays. But how many times have I done that? Fucking virtually none. I'm almost always going, well, I don't want to put my employer out, so I end up having to pay this fucking local company here in town to come out and fix it in the fucking parking lot. at a huge premium to me. You know,
I had to use their services as well when I had the blow up on my pickup.
I'm just such an asshole, though. Think about that. The amount of times I could have spent $11 for them to fix the tire if I would have done all that shit myself, but I don't want to put my job out, so I'm spending $50.
You fucking chivalrous man.
But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I already forgot where I was going.
Because you'd said you'd had to call them, right? And,
I had to call them to replace a tire on the pickup that blew out. And I actually have an account out here.
Look at you, big spender.
Yeah, I know, right? With a fucking with $100,000 limit.
Oh my God, that's fucking
which
crazy.
is just basically them saying you can just get whatever you want and put it on there. The only reason I got it though is because my grandparents, they had one out there and they also had a limitless.
Like, what are you getting back in the well business?
No.
I'm getting the band back together.
Getting the band back together. Oh man, no, but I told them to charge it, and they never did. Never did. Like the kid came, like, cool, charge it to this account. Okay, get my statement in the month. Fucking not on there.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, awesome.
My ex-wife was the accountant for those people, so
that place is great. If you go after 8:30, you're still gonna wait. But if you go at 7, you're still gonna wait, even though
in the morning,
you're the only one there.
There's nothing more daunting than pulling in. They put your shit up on a jack, and they pull the tire off, and they're in mid-change, and then the food truck shows up, and every one of them to a man runs out of that bitch like it was on fire to get to the food truck, grab it up, tamales and burritos and everything else, and that food truck drives away. Well, you don't want to have a fucking lukewarm fucking tamale.
Yeah,
so
let alone a cold one.
So you're going to be dealing with them having a meal shift, and then they'll fucking fix your tire and get that shit back on, and then you're down the road. But so if you were at a tire shop and your shit is in that position I just mentioned, and a food truck shows up and the entire staff runs out, do yourself a favor, run out and get yourself something special.
Yeah. Well,
it's going to be a while.
Thankfully, they have a TV over there where I can watch garbage.
Right.
I can watch trash.
I was going to ask if you could cast fucking Skinamax to it.
No.
Wow, who's watching a lot of titties at 10 a.m.?
Oh, no. There are far worse things I can do than that.
Because porn in the morning is kind of weird, isn't it?
Who wants to watch Faces of Death from 1981, huh? Anybody?
I mean, can we agree? Like, titties at like 9, 10 in the morning it's just...
Well, for someone like me, it's fine.
Yeah, because you work overnights.
Yeah,
but
8 in the morning, if I see a pair of tits, that's like 3 a.m. for me.
But the average goddamn person on the street it seems odd. I don't know. I don't know why, but it does.
Early morning nudity is only cool if it's someone you love.
Yeah. But to watch it on, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. We're talking. I mean, I'm not here to judge. I just think that watching somebody getting railed like as you're fucking throwing down pancakes.
Well, what if it's tasteful?
Tasteful railing. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah. She's wearing a French maid outfit.
Like, go put on your DVD of Monsters Ball and watch what Halle Berry does with old Billy Bob.
He had on a South American Amazon chief headdress. It's cultured.
No, not Bad Santa. Wait, was that Bad Santa?
Or that would have been Jessica Andrade.
Oh. Yeah. Maybe we should get to the Mead update.
Let's get to the Mead update. It's good, y'all. Let's move on. Okay, we pulled a sample yesterday from Green Man and also a sample from Holly King, or what will be those two batches anyway. We're going to leave the green chili in another week and reevaluate.
Yeah, it's there. It's certainly there on the nose, but it's not there enough on the palate. So keep it in there. It's really coming along well. There's something to be said about aging that for as long as we did and then throwing everything in.
On the Green Man?
Instead of letting things age. The only thing that we let age with it is Troublemaker.
And Primary is, yeah.
God, even that. What'd you think about waiting 4 months? Well, we're not going to let Troublemaker hang out that long because it doesn't really need to.
Well, because I think that you get a very distinctly different. That's why Troublemaker seems like such a distinct batch in and of itself. It's the only one we put through primary. Yeah, hand me a glass. I'll pour you a shot.
Thanks, sir.
It's the only one we put through primary with the flavoring already built in. We did things differently a long, long time ago. Hey, that's actually my shot glass, you motherfucker.
Hey, you poured your own shit.
Yeah.
I'll trade you.
Nah, it's all good. There you go.
Indeed.
See, that one, the one I call my shot glass, it's a 0.75 fluid ounce.
So
it's actually a mini shot. So that way, like, I can hang out with people and like watch them get fuckered. And
alcoholic shot glass. Yeah. Well, damn it! You should have filled it to the brim then.
All right. Hey, tonight's podcast, by the way, brought to you by Bullet Rye. Frontier whiskey, as it always is in its purest form here at the Echoes of Ancients Mead Hall.
You will find, though, we are rarely brought to you by a bad alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Well, if it is. And what we mean brought to you by is usually we're giving them a little plug because that's what we're drinking tonight. No, we've had a few. It was like, we're not going to mention that shit.
Can't do that.
Unless we're talking shit about it. But
brought to you by P2.
More like Puto. So the batches, the Green Man, we're going to give it another week. Now, if it still hasn't brought that fresh green chili flavor to the front, we're going to go ahead and run another hops bag of green chilies, and that will take care of business.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping we don't have to do that. The other batch is Holly King, and Holly King is crazy good already.
I was shocked. I was really shocked at how good it was. You're talking about a Mead that's just been hanging out
since January.
A week ago. Well, yeah, a week ago Thursday, we throw in the juniper berries and that little something special. And here we are a week later, and that thing tastes almost exactly like it did when we cracked it open.
Right.
At the next one, at the wine and cheese event that happened after we had bottled it.
I think the juniper berry is a little over the top, but that's where we want it. We don't want it down in the mix, so to speak.
It's there.
It's over the top, so that way then when the honey really starts doing its thing here between now and when we bottle, probably around November 28th, 29th, something like that.
After Turkey Day.
Yeah, absolutely. What we're going to be looking at is by the time we move that, we still want that piney kick that you get from juniper berries. That's the only reason they're really even there. And then the secret ingredients out of the herb garden bring a holiday zing.
A festive undertone.
Yeah.
Because nothing in there we want to be in the forefront.
Right.
And we want everyone to work together.
And I think that batch is, it may be one of the best things we've ever done. And really, frankly, just because we are trusting in time.
Yeah. And it's paid off. I mean, you've had to rent out quite a bit of space for Holly King and now Green Man. But it's paying off in dividends. This is going to be, I think Holly King, Green Man's always consistently good.
Right.
It's one that we got a little bit of a head start on as well.
Well, now it depends on who you ask, because everybody to a man likes the raw, very clean, fresh flavor of fresh green chili.
Yeah.
That's straight off the vine. It's been washed and dumped right in the batch. The 1 year that we used roasted green chili, the ones where they roast the skin off and everything else, green chili notoriously has a thick skin on it, so you always have to blister that thing off, clean it up before you can actually go and consume it, unless you're having fucking mead, in which case it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll break it down with that.
But roasted green chili sells year-round here in this part of New Mexico. Well, most of New Mexico, I would say. Well, the thing is, we can get our hands on it at any time. We had no access to fresh green chili that 1 year because I think we started it in like May or June.
Yeah.
And
I think we started in May.
And we used that, and I liked it. It came off really, you could tell the heat was kind of there. You could taste the green chili flavor, which, hey, not everybody digs, and I understand, but you could also get this smoky essence that was there. I liked it. A lot of people did not, and I understand.
That's okay. I think it's a very divisive mead, but I think it's more a regional thing.
Yeah. So we're aiming for that fresh fruit of green chili, New Mexico green chili.
Fruit of the gad.
So we'll see. We'll test it again next Thursday. We'll pull another sample and see where it's at. But, Holly King is going to sit there. I think we may or may not want to rack it one more time. Probably maybe sometime around when we get back from Tool.
Yeah.
And then sometime after Thanksgiving Day comes up, then we'll bottle. So that's Holly King is into its final phases. Green Man should be there probably about a week from now.
Well, I think that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on to metal. Goddamn, we're running long, aren't we?
No.
Okay. I thought we were like 30 minutes, 35 minutes in already. So.
Well, I mean, we're 40 minutes in now. Now here at the metal segment.
But we got a lot of shit to talk about with MMA though.
That's true. Well, thankfully, there's outside of the Korn release. Well, thankfully, that's why we got LJ here, who has a segment to send in, which he sent in. Thankfully, me. Thank you, LJ. Let's see what we got here on the news. People are already doing covers off of Tool's Fear Inoculum. There is a piano cover of someone doing Tempest as a classical track on piano. That sounds fucking amazing. Let's see, Post Malone did a song, which I don't know who the fuck Post Malone is. I might be showing my ass on this one, but I have no idea who this Post Malone. I know he has a lot of tattoos. I know he has a lot of tattoos on his face, and we had a discussion about that. But he's an artist. He's a musician, so we can have him. But I guess Ozzy collaborated with him on a track, and people are hearing about Ozzy for the first time because apparently people don't fucking get out.
A young up-and-comer guy by the name of Ozzy Osbourne. Don't know if you heard about him.
You know,
how much idiocy are we going to have to be exposed to because of Taylor Swift fans not knowing who Tool was, but now Post Malone fans not knowing who the fuck Ozzy Osbourne is?
Yeah, I'd like to think the Post Malone Ozzy thing, that was half troll and half real. Like half of them had no idea who
Well,
Ozzy
they might
was.
have been jumping on
the other half
biting
being
the
like,
skis of the Taylor Swift Tool thing. Yeah.
So, but for people not to know who Ozzy Osbourne is, or people know who Tool is,
you need a swift kick in the Jimmy.
Yeah, Chris Jericho put it best. A pro wrestler, yes, but he is a fucking musician as well. Fronts his own band. Says, look, I know who fucking Grandmaster Flash is. I know who Dr. Dre is. You fuckers need to do your homework.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking sad. I had the fucking sad part.
I'm sure somebody called him a racist, but that's because of the age we live in.
Yeah,
so.
well, everybody's fuckers in my eyes.
I got one.
All right.
And already looking, because once we see Tool next month, that kind of wraps up my bucket list here in America, maybe.
For the time being, yeah.
Maybe. Here's one. I don't know if I can bring myself to it, but maybe. As it turns out, Rob Zombie announced a new record coming out. He's expecting February 2020, and tour in support of it in the months following that. I don't know if I'd want to go to a Rob Zombie show.
I've been to a Rob Zombie show.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It wasn't a planned Rob Zombie show, though. It was
just
when
showed up.
No, here's when Dave Williams, the lead singer of Drowning Pool, died. I had tickets in hand to go see this band perform in Lubbock on an off day for Ozfest. They called it Off Fest.
Oh wow, okay.
So
they
had bands like Seether there. A lot of bands that weren't really big that are pretty big now. But with Dave Williams being found dead on the tour bus, Drowning Pool had to pull out. And Drowning Pool is a band I was going to see. It's like, fuck that. Fuck that. I don't know who this Seether band is. I'll never love any of their music, which turned out to be horribly false.
Yeah.
That was actually one of my favorite bands of the day. But to step in for Drowning Pool, fucking Rob Zombie stepped up and came out and tore it apart.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, because
but that's still an active tour.
This was
because I always have more respect if it's like if they just kind of whip something out, pulled something out of their ass, or if it's like, oh, here's an off day during one of our tour schedules.
Well, Rob Zombie had the day off too, but he's like, fuck, I'm not going to sign up to do something else while we're off. I'm going to have my day off.
Oh, well.
He basically
so it worked out. Yeah.
This was let's see, August 22nd, I believe, of 2002 in Lubbock.
God damn,
so this was Rob Zombie.
In your brain?
Rob Zombie. No, I just looked up when Dave Williams died, and it was
okay.
like a week and a half after he died.
Wait.
But yeah, this was Rob Zombie right after the Sinister Urge album, his second solo album. Dude was on fucking hot fire. So if Rob Zombie now, it's stage shit. he has John 5 with him now, who's probably the best guitar player he's ever had.
Yeah, and he's the one commenting on and confirming a lot of shit, too.
Yeah. So, I mean, Hellbilly Deluxe is... I haven't enjoyed a Rob Zombie album since Hellbilly Deluxe. So, if this new album is as heavy and gnarly as John 5 says it is, I'd be down seeing Rob Zombie.
That'd be a return to some greatness for that.
And the beauty of it is Rob Zombie will probably play Albuquerque. Or Lubbock. He likes Texas.
Yeah. You know what's really, really bizarre? During my day job today, I had a musician come by, a singer-songwriter, and outside of the Houston area. But he'd said that he was, kind of bummed that he had missed out on getting a little cash because he was going to play a show in Lubbock last night.
Yeah.
And they canceled the show because every contract you sign, like, it has like a grace period. It depends on the venue and who drew it up and everything else. But if they change their mind after a certain set amount of time, then they can, And this one happened to be like 4 weeks. So they had contracts signed. This dude was supposed to play. And like a couple of weeks passed, and then the venue went, no, never mind. Canceled the gig, and that's fine. But he didn't have time enough because he's still kind of a young up-and-comer, as they would say. So he's didn't have enough time to book an extra gig. So he just kind of hung out last night in Portales, New Mexico, oddly enough.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. But the gig that he was supposed to play in Lubbock, this is the weird thing that you'll go, what? Jake's.
It's always Jake's. Always.
Why would you know what I do on a day job?
Yeah.
Why would this guy maybe play the metal fucking venue in the city of Lubbock? It's
the only place you can go to Lubbock to see a metal show and get a cheeseburger.
But I mean, isn't that a little like, wow? Why would they have even thought about that? But
yeah, it's a little weird. But you'll play where you can. Our good friend Ruben has had multiple bands play in his garage, us included.
I dig. Yeah, I understand that, but it still is like, wow, when it's a venue that doesn't make sense, Let's God, we got MMA. We have a
we got to get to LJ.
Oh shit, we hadn't done. Okay, well I'll tell you what.
We got to get to LJ.
Yeah. Let's go and check in and get the lowdown on what's going down on the new releases for the week.
Get it out.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the metal portion of the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. Now, Braxton's not joining me on this episode. He had some other commitments, so he's not going to be on this one. Also, the list is super long. Like, if I end up giving a little review of each one, we're going to be here for 30 minutes, and this will be its own separate episode. So, with that in mind, decided that we're going to go ahead and just kind of read them off. Sorry if this is boring, but anyways. Moving on to the metals. The 69 Eyes got a new album out called West End. Alice Cooper has the Breadcrumbs EP. I didn't know Alice Cooper was still making music. That's pretty cool. Beartooth, the Blackbird Sessions EP. There's a band called Betraying the Martyrs. The album is called Rapture. Then we've got Black Rain, Dying Breed. The band Blacktop Mojo has the album Under the Sun. Brent Bjork, Jalamanta re-release. I've never heard of either of those. Chelsea Wolfe, Birth of Violence. That's actually a pretty cool title of an album. Next, we've got Cold. The album's called The Things We Can't Stop. Crypt Sermon has an album called The Ruins of Fading Light. The Cult, Sonic Temple 30. That is a really good band, by the way. The Defiance, Zokusho. The band called The Who, spelled H-U, The Who. The Gereg, then is the name of the album. The G-E-R-E-G. I hope that's how you say it. Anyways, next up, Korn, The Nothing. It's finally out, so go and buy it and make them have more reason to tour. Seriously, I want to see them again. Masters of Ceremony has an album called Signs of Wings. Mike Patton and Jean-Claude Vanier. The album is called Corpse Flower. The label is also called Ipecac, if that's a sign of anything. Band called Mob Rules. Beast Over Europe. That is really cool. Pixies, Beneath the Eyrie. The band called Sody. P-S-O-T-Y, I guess. Anyways, they have a release called Sunless. S-U-N-L-E-S-S. That's bound to be good. Puddle of Mud has an album out. Welcome to Galvania. That is awesome. Ram. Hey, Ram has an album out. The Throne Within. I wonder if that's the same Ram that I'm familiar with. Robert Pearson's Humbucker. That sounds Irish. The album's called Out of the Dark. The band Sinner. Album is called Santa Muerte. Like that? Yeah, you like that. The band Starset has Divisions. Steve Vai. His album is called Stillness in Motion. Oh, it's a Blu-ray and CD re-release. That's cool. So go check that out now. Steve Vai is awesome. Tom Kiefer. Rise. I like the name of the label, too. It's Cleopatra. Euphomammut. XX box set. I wonder if that stands for 20. Double X box set. Check it out. Dos Equis. Winter Filleth. The Siege of Mercy. Oh, shit, my bad. Yeah, sorry about that. Winter Filleth, The Siege of Mercia. DVD and CD. And finally, we have my favorite quote from Evil Dead 2. Workshed. Guess what the album's called? If you said Workshed, you were right. All right. So those are your releases for today, Friday the 13th, 2019. So go out, get yourself some metal, get educated, and rock the fuck out. Take it away, Kevin and Brandon. Man, I cannot wait to try out my new machete and hockey mask.
And there we go. Yes.
Sage-like knowledge.
Always.
Dude kept it a little short today, but, short and sweet.
Well.
Metal is usually always to the point.
It's preferred that way. Anyway, LJ always providing us with that.
Thank you, brother.
Check him out. Lowdown is kind of his musical moniker, so check that shit. And, dude's got merchandise all over the goddamn place.
This guy has so many books and CDs. Shit. The dude has merch. Dude's got merch for days.
Yeah, being an author and a musician, get the fuck out of here. Who the hell's laying out CDs and fucking books, hardbound books?
I don't even read books. I have audiobook. LJ, if you do audiobooks, brother, let me know. I'll fucking listen to them.
Yeah.
I love me a good audiobook. Yeah. Read by James Doohan. You haven't lived till you heard an audiobook read by James Doohan.
Your crazy shit is actually not even that. It's the fucking wrestler thing.
Oh man, you gotta love audiobooks about pro wrestlers read by the wrestler themselves.
I said, "Hey, dude."
Well, brother, I was walking down the street, dude.
Shit almighty, this might be the worst podcast we've ever done.
It might be, but this one I'm enjoying the most.
Let's do the MMA side of fucking things.
So, as far as news goes, I'll just give a brief rundown of some of the shits that's been going down. Jacare fighting at light heavyweight, fighting Jan Blachowicz. I believe that's at 244, the MSG card?
Yeah, probably. Has Jacare had a problem making weight? You never, ever heard about that.
Jacare is a little on in the years.
Yeah.
And has been, he's probably the second biggest to Yoel.
On that weight
as
class?
far as being big at
185. Yeah, maybe.
And I'm curious to see how he does light heavyweight. They're giving him a top 10 fucking light heavyweight. He's in the top 5 at middleweight, so I think that's all right.
Yeah.
Just because it's a different weight class doesn't mean you got to fight some damn scrub.
Well, and let's face facts. Who at 205 has earned your respect that they should be champion that's not named John Jones? That's the problem.
Yeah.
And you're a fucking fan of the sport.
Yeah,
if it took you more than 2 seconds.
The light heavyweight division is
that used to be the best.
It's a weird spot right now. John Jones has been teasing a big fight, though. Apparently there is a big fight announcement come from John Jones soon. Well, hadn't come yet, but it is down the pike. Apparently Kevin Lee wants to fight fucking Khabib.
Well,
This is just fucking banter bullshit.
Right.
This isn't news.
I was gonna say, who doesn't want to fight Khabib? He's got the biggest name right now in the sport at 155.
In Russia, yeah, he does. Over in the States, I don't think the dude draws. You put him on a fucking headlining pay-per-view in L.A., Vegas, or New York. Well, they did it in New York.
Well, it's a title fight, and the UFC is always going to defend their product. So If they had him on one, they would make it the main event, but they would have a fucking crazy co-main that would actually be the draw. Yeah. And then they're able to justify their numbers. UFC having issues with numbers here lately too.
Agreed. And lastly, we talked about Masvidal and Nate Diaz last week, I believe.
BMF belt.
Yeah, they're actually getting a belt that Cowboy Cerrone probably will never get to fight for, even though that guy has a ranch named after, well, fuck that, not named after the belt. The fucking belt's named after his ranch.
BMF ranch.
That's but fucking Cerrone knows it's bullshit. He's like, it's fine. Whatever.
It's a made-up belt.
Yeah.
Whether you care about it or whether you don't.
It's a belt made to sell a fight that's already sold.
If Nate Diaz wins that fight and his fucking fans all go, hot damn, our guy is the BMF champ, and they fucking buy a bunch of merchandise and everything else, who's coming out ahead? I mean,
Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz and the UFC.
Oh, yeah, the UFC will always come out on top, but I think Nate Diaz actually get a really... Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal, I think, are the two most popular fighters in UFC right now.
I think so, because people kind of, they can see through bullshit. They can see through when you're trying to sell a fight and you have Joe Rogan,
Colby Covington,
like bragging about how great somebody is or whatever on their, basically on their B-roll for the fight or whatever.
Yeah.
Or promo roll. Man, you know Rogan's lying. Rogan's a company man, and he's trying to sell you this fight.
He's doing his job. It shouldn't be shocking because that's what he's supposed to do. He's not going to tell you, well, this fight card's all right, guys.
He's not going to lay it on you like he would on his podcast.
No.
This is full Joe Rogan company man mode.
Fuck yeah. And that's what he should be. I mean, he's fucking been there that long. You become a company man.
But doesn't it make you fucking look at him like it's like, you fucking money-taking fucking disingenuous dick?
Deep down, I think hardcores know what fights are the marquee fucking events.
I know, but I feel like you're lying. Even if somebody's paying you to lie, it's still lying.
Hey, it's a thing in every sport. If it wasn't in every sport, it'd be more ridiculous.
Know, but this is different because the fact it's the UFC. It's a new sport.
Not that new.
Given to the fucking rest of them, yeah.
Man, what about the WNBA?
I don't care about.
Been around longer than WNBA.
Yeah, maybe. But the thing I will say though is that because the fact it's still kind of a young and it's an approachable thing, and Joe Rogan sells himself 3 times a week on his podcast of how integrity driven that he is. He'll sell you the fact, without even saying it, that he is the voice of truth and reason. And then he does these fucking promo rolls, though, for the UFC. And like, well, now he's lying, though.
Well, 9 times out of 10, those promo rolls are used by shit that dude has said in the past. Sometimes, and they just splice it together.
Yeah.
It's sometimes painfully obvious, but that's usually what they go to. The only time you hear Joe Rogan actually beefing up a fight is when you see him show up on camera. If you're just hearing his voice, you're hearing old shit.
Right.
You're in UFC 3.
Well, that is the one
clips.
thing. And even then, but he is doing that. And they do show that pre-fight. He's wearing his like gray long sleeve T-shirt, Yeah. And he's sitting there talking about shit, and it's the same thing. And they do that thing. They phase away from Rogan. They show like somebody training. And then they show like an actual fight. And then they fucking splash it back to Rogan, and then you like kind of segues into talking about the next guy, and they do it the same way in reverse.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even a TV guy, and I know what I know what the solution is.
It's painfully obvious to us, but it's not that obvious to others. I don't think that's why they still do it.
No,
it works. It still works.
Well, apparently it does because they're still selling fights on pay-per-view. But think what it could be if this is like the low end of the rung, the low rung at the end there. If they could figure out a way to actually, utilize that marketing in reverse.
Which means, we actually have a fight card tomorrow.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Shit
we got a fight card that's actually pretty. Well, the main event is why we're all here today.
Now it's not a pay-per-view.
No. This is out of Vancouver.
Wow, it's got to at least have the prelims on ESPN Plus, yeah.
ESPN Plus. Actually, it's an entire ESPN Plus card.
Oh, we're gonna be watching some shit in 4K tomorrow.
Hello. But the preliminary card is a little light. Brad Katona's on it, fighting Hunter Azure at bantamweight. Marcin Tybura and Augusto Sakai at heavyweight closing out the prelims.
Go to Tybura on that.
I don't know. That's just 2 guys swinging for the fences. Marcin Tybura can wear damage.
Yeah.
He did it against Derek Lewis. He had to face plant for that fight to be stopped.
And the other thing with Tybura, let's not forget, though, he actually looked pretty athletic against Derek Lewis. Of course,
he's got a Neanderthal brow, so I'll pick someone with a Neanderthal brow any day.
Almost anybody looked fucking athletic next to Derek Lewis.
Louis Smolka's fighting Ryan McDonald at bantamweight. All the light folks are fighting in the prelims, except for the prelim main event. When we get to the fight card, we're opening up at light heavyweight. Misha Serkinov fighting Jimmy Crute.
Wow.
I'm going Crute.
Yeah.
I'm going Jimmy.
Because he's the up-and-comer out of the two, right?
Jimmy Crute Serkinov has been around. But Crute, let me just pull up his dossier here. Oh, yeah, Crute's undefeated. He's a Contender Series standout.
Okay.
But he's a guy that TKO'd Sam Alvey at UFC 234.
Oh, shit.
So he's actually fought somebody of note, only having 2 fights proper in the UFC. So I'm going Crute on this one. Serkinov.
If you think Sam Alvey's fucking a man of note.
Serkinov, well, he's a name.
You're not wrong. I thought
he's a name everybody knows. Everybody knows Sam Alvey. They don't know if he's good or not, but they know him. Just like Clay Guida. Everybody knows Clay Guida.
Just giving you some shit because I knew I could fire you up.
Oh, because you're talking shit about a ginger?
Sam Alvey
Fuck
buttons.
No, dude, that dude's married and happy. He doesn't even really count as a ginger anymor.
Oh, so if you get married, you're happy. You're fucking not.
Yeah, your tickets, your fucking cards were revoked, motherfucker.
Oh god.
Misha Serkinov's last fight is when Johnny Walker TKO'd him and then dislocated his shoulder.
Let me change my vote to Crute.
Uriah Hall fighting Antonio Carlos Jr. middleweight.
Hall's been on a skid, yeah.
Hall has, and this is a guy that's been calling for like a middleweight title fight. Uriah Hall has he's been on and off again ever since the Gegard fight back in November of 2016. He beat Jocko. He lost to Paulo Costa, which is not a shocking thing, but he did knock out Bevan Lewis, who almost has a name like Beavis, at UFC 232 back at the end of last year. I'm going Antonio Carlos, which is one of the few Brazilians on the card.
Well, it's in Canada. They actually enforce their immigration laws.
I mean, this guy rear naked choked 3 dudes in a row before getting shut down. I'm going Carlos.
I'll jump on that train.
Sorry,
I had to make a political joke.
No, you gotta fit it in, as they say. Co-main event of the evening: Glover Teixeira fighting Nikita Krylov. Not Nikita Krylov. Nikita Krylov.
Nikita Khrushchev.
Nikita Krylov. God damn it! I'm not a pro wrestling fan of the '80s. Shut up. At light heavyweight, I think Glover's greatest days are. They should, if they're not behind him now, they will be after this.
If this Russian guy is a stand-up, if all he does is want to keep it standing, I like Glover's chances.
He's Ukrainian.
Oh, well,
but he resides in Russia.
Oh, he's one of those.
He should fight Connor. Connor could talk a lot of shit about him. This guy's last fight is when he rear naked choked OSP back in April.
The Nikita guy, the Russian?
Yeah, Nikita Krylov. Glover, Ukrainian. On the other hand, rocking 2 wins in a row. He's beaten Ion Kudalaba. Last fight back in April at the Jacare Hermanson fight.
Yeah, because I took Kudalaba on that one.
You were wrong.
Only that one time.
I'm going Ukrainian on this. Ukrainian turncoat.
Man, if that guy takes it to the ground, I like his chances a lot. If it stays standing, I like Glover. Glover's a fucking traditional boxer.
I've already picked my one Brazilian for the night. I can't pick another one.
Okay.
I can only pick one a card.
Fair enough.
That's why I didn't pick Andrade.
I'll go Glover, and it's going to be fast. It's going to be like middle of the first round. If not, I think Glover's fucked.
Now this is your main event of the evening. This is a big fucking main event, and it's one that I've been fighting with the pick for a couple weeks. At lightweight, it's Donald Cerrone, the Cowboy, fighting Justin Gaethje, the fucking sponge of pain.
The primo wrestler.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope he doesn't try to wrestle Cerrone to the ground because it'll end bad. This is a fight, man. It's going to come down to one of 2 things. It's either going to come down to Cerrone fucking finding his groove and Gaethje coming out and just trying to blast it like he always does. He'll wear shit, but Cerrone's accuracy is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's something I think he's rarely touted for. This dude is accurate. And the only way I see Cerrone losing the fight is if Gaethje puts that pressure on that first round.
I think that's exactly it. I think if Gaethje doesn't come out like pressure right off the fucking bat and get Cerrone,
which guess what he does? That's exactly what he does.
And get in the clinch game like real quick. I think he's up against it if he can't make that happen right away.
I have two picks for this fight because these are two fighters I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of both. The Cowboy fandom has been documented for years.
Right.
The Gaethje, ever since I saw him make his debut at fucking Vegas. Gaethje wins in the first round. If he doesn't win in the first round, he doesn't win the fight. First round Gaethje, anything after that, it is Cowboy for days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think Cowboy's going to survive. I think Cowboy's going to make it through that first round. Hopefully he doesn't get anything broke.
Yeah.
And blows nose.
Well, but if he does, if he gets past to the middle of the first round, I think actually maybe late first. I think it's his fight.
That's why I'm picking Cowboy in the third round.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably not a first round finish. If there is a first round finish, it'll be by Gaethje.
So. Oh man, I need to piss.
All right, let's get to our picks. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm drinking Budweiser.
I'm drinking a little Bullet Rye.
You
surprise.
Chose wisely.
What are
you jamming?
Music pick. Let me pull this music back down. I got told to turn my music down by a police officer today.
You had to be doing some fucking. You had been jamming that shit.
I was playing "Sleeping Stars" by Winter Sun.
Ooh, you turncoat motherfucker!
No. Because the first fucking record is off limits. That thing is...
And it is the 15-year anniversary of Winter Madness. By the way, happy birthday, Dave Mustaine.
Yes, that's who I think we need to close out with is Dave Mustaine tonight. But anyway, I know that was my... my pick. My pick is Sleeping Stars by Winter Sun.
MMA, I'm going to just basically make my MMA pick the exact opposite of my actual pick. Gaethje fucking... head kick Cerrone in the no, that dude ain't gonna get a head kick. It's gonna have to be fists. Cerrone doesn't get put down with kicks. He gets put down with fists. But Cowboys get it done. It's gonna be a painful day tomorrow, but I fucking cannot wait.
No women fights on this.
I don't know. I already closed down Firefox.
Oh well, you know what? I'll take that one chick over the other one.
I don't think there are any gals fighting on this card
with the cans.
The one with the fun bags there.
God damn it. All right.
I guess.
Music, we've already done that. Fights, we've already done that. Drinks. Hey, we're good.
Yeah, I think it's time to go.
All right. Let's get into Friday.
I think it's time. Let's go get drunk.
Dave Mustaine, happy birthday, you fucking ginger sumbitch.
Safe passage, Ulysses.